It's so obvious, and yet it's so difficult to realize this, and so many people don't. And so many people, because of that reason, regret choices in their lives, regret not doing something, just regret something about the life that they lived. On the 22nd of this month, I'll be 32 years old. That feels old as fuck to me, but I know in the grand scheme of things it's not that old. It's probably not even halfway through my entire life. It took me the majority of my life to understand this one thing that is completely changing my life and making me appreciate my life every single day. And I feel like it's extremely useful to know for the majority of people because it is so close. It is literally almost in front of you. It's within you, but you cannot see it, you cannot understand it, and you cannot sense it. It's all muddled up, it's all blocked off by false reality. What I mean by false reality is our perceptual focus, how we see things. Let me just backtrack a little bit. What I'm referring to in general here is the lack of satisfaction in life, the lack of happiness, the lack of joy, the lack of fulfillment, the constant slight trickle of disappointment, the persistent sadness, as if you have a gaping hole inside of you and it just cannot be filled. It just always feels like your life's missing something, and it's so difficult to figure out what the problem is because you externalize the issue. You feel like the issue is externally. You're trying to find solutions on the external side of things. But that's not the right way to do things. For example, when I was roughly 30 years old, that was my breaking point where I decided that externalizing the need of closing that gap within me is the actual problem that I'm trying to solve. And by externalizing that issue, I'm trying to solve the symptoms and not the issue. Kind of like medicine these days. They try to fix the symptoms, but not the underlying issue. Up until I was 30 years old, I was trying to solve the symptoms by buying more things, looking for outside entertainment, focusing on the goals, focusing on something that's further away, buying a new car, buying a new phone, spending hours upon hours playing games, smoking weed every day. It's just trying to solve this issue of this emptiness and sadness and lack of fulfillment and joy and spontaneity in your life. But it just didn't hit the spot. It just didn't. And I was like, why is this not working? Everybody does that. Everybody does that. They're buying all these things, and then you look on Instagram and everyone's like, oh my god, I went to this holiday park and I swam in this pool and I got the 5-star hotel room, the best bed and like the best service and everything. And then I bought this new computer and it has like a screen and then a second screen where the keyboard should be, and it's like a changing screen. You can have a keyboard or a double screen. It's just like, oh my god, I need all these things to be happy. You don't need external things to be happy. You don't. All you need is you. All you need to be happy is already within you. And by trying to solve the symptoms, i.e., trying to externalize that issue of emptiness, finding external ways of closing that gap, that gaping hole of lack, you're just trying to solve the symptoms. The issue is inside, and the solution is inside. You need to look within to figure out, how can I solve the actual cause of this emptiness? How can I fill that gap? What is it? What is it that I need to do to be able to fill that gap and actually feel joy, fulfillment, happiness, sense of spontaneity within your life. How can I solve this without looking for a solution externally? Now, the first question that might pop into your head is, what do I do? And the solution is simple. Nothing. Exactly the opposite of what you're trying to do. You are chasing something, be it within or without, you're chasing something to close that gap, to patch that empty hole. But you have to do the opposite thing. You have to do nothing. You have to be and just be. You have to accept the fact that right now, everything is perfect. Everything is as it should be, and everything is good. You just need to be content with the present moment. In the exact current moment, not 1 second in the future, not 1 second in the past, in the exact current moment, there are absolutely no issues. Feeling like there are issues, having some sort of a time-based thought will affect the flow of energy within you. If that flow is damaged or blocked, you will feel a lack of energy, a lack of happiness, a lack of gratitude. There's no consistent flow within you to be able to give you that energy. So my point is, you are self-sufficient. You don't need external resources or validation or support. Nothing like that. You don't need anything like that to be able to find how to close that emptiness, that gap within you. You have all the necessary tools. You are the awareness that is aware that you are thinking. So separate yourself from that thinking, from the thinker within you. Become the awareness, and then everything will start getting better. You will start closing that gap, closing that hole within you. It will start diminishing, and you will start appreciating life more. You trying to solve these issues by looking for external things to satisfy the need that your ego has created for closing that hole, it's just literally running on the spot as fast as you can without getting anywhere. It will not get you far. You will always feel like something's missing, something's lacking, until you actually open up to experience. Separate your awareness from the thinker. Become present, become mindful. Let the energy flow within your body. And it takes so much work. It takes years and years and years of work. And I'm not even close to that place. But I'm doing it every single day, and I'm getting better. And everything around me is changing. Suddenly, my productivity is completely different. Suddenly, instead of doing the things that I need to do, I'm doing the things that I want to do. I'm not spending crazy hours doing a job that I hate. I'm doing something that actually changes people's lives, as opposed to getting the rich richer. For some of you that might not know, I used to work in finance. I used to work in a massive pension fund. I had a finance in some telecommunications companies. And what I do now is I still have some residual work in accounting, but I mostly focus on helping people through mindfulness, coaching, through meditation, and through helping people achieve their goals through mindful productivity. And that is exactly what I'm doing, mindful productivity. I know what it is that I'm trying to achieve, but I'm not focusing on those goals. I'm not focusing on that vision that I want to achieve with my life. I'm actually focusing on the process. I'm focusing on what I'm doing now. I'm focusing on making good social media content, or as good as I can, because it's never going to be perfect, and still need to find my audience, the people that will watch this and share with others. And speaking about that, if you do enjoy what I'm talking about, click on the like, subscribe, and everything stuff here. Maybe I'll post something, maybe not, but it's underneath of the video. I am making this content to help people, to give some sort of a guidance or direction of what it is that works for me, that will work for the majority of people. All of this that I'm talking about, everybody has the potential to reach it because it's already within them. The tools that I'm talking about, they are already within you and within me. I'm trying to reach that tool that is already within me to be able to get better at productivity and at mindfulness. The more present I am, the more attention that I will give to the present moment, and the better I will perform at doing the task at hand. And the quicker I will get to my goals, and the goals will take me to my vision faster. Soon enough, me and my wife will be traveling around Europe, trying to find a country that we like, where we can settle, buy some land, live off grid. And that's another step of me moving towards what I want to do as opposed to what I need to do. There's a big pressure on people that they need to get a mortgage at a certain time because they need to get a property where to live. I want to buy land. I don't need a mortgage. I just want to buy land and live on that land by building some basic ass structures, obviously still complying with the relevant laws. But I want to be completely self-sufficient. I don't want to be part of some sort of a mortgage that I'll have to pay for nearly half of my life and then pay crazy bills for a mediocre supply of utilities and internet and whatever. Obviously internet's a bit unavoidable, but still. This is what I'm learning. This is the lesson that I learned when I was 30 years old. Everything that's meant to happen will happen as long as I am present within the current moment. That's where all of my potential is. That's where all my success is. That is how you will close that gap. You will close that hole within you, and you'll be able to achieve what you want to achieve. Hopefully all of this makes sense. If you do have any questions, drop a comment underneath and I will answer it as fast as I can. I do respond to every single comment, but anyway, I will be making these videos weekly, talking about things that I want to talk about. Hopefully you find use in them. And if you want to stick around and see what topic I'll talk about next, subscribe, and I will speak to you next week. Goodbye.
Ow.